Hello there, welcome back to another day where I have some free time. And today, on another episode of nobita.h, we will be trying to create the implementation for building libraries and hopefully a start on some directory support and make the implementation of the prefix directory easier. So let us start. In the build.exe function, well, technically, we just need a copy of this and call it build library. And in here, hopefully, you have already, the user have already specified the correct compile flags when building a shared library or a static library. Either way, it should not stat name, just the name of the target, since it's gonna get a certain extension. So what it should stat is that if uh the target, I should actually rename this. Where else? Here and now that it's correct. Just here. Once more. And the pointers here as well. Now if this is a static library, then the character, no, not the character, the name should be uh the current name. So we need to allocate enough for the name. And the .a extension. So that's 2 characters and another character. So 3. And multiply that by the size of character, just in case. Put an assert that name is not equal to null. Buy more RAM. And copy uh, the current name to name. And append the .a extension. Oops, that's correct. Should be malloc first, not just the size. What a blunder. Now, these can be copied here. And it said of +3 for the .a extension. And the null character is a .so extension here. So 3 characters and then null, so 4. There's that. But practically in here, 1 byte makes no difference in modern machines. So we just allocate 4 already. Do the assert copy. What it will differ at is stir cat, where you just concatenate a dot so here. Then we need to fix this. What else? Yes, the divide. Here is for the library, the shared library. And I wonder if I can just cut it. What I mean is that these these can be used for the shared library by adding the shared option, which I should add as another flag here. And the name of the library is already done. And the object file will be used by the archiver as well. So these two can be both used by the archiver and the compiler when making static and shared libraries respectively. So another branch here, if it's a shared library, then it shall do this. I'm using the wrong equal sign. Yeah, it's missing another one. And then it's a static one. Then instead of the compiler, use the archiver. And it would add the create options of the archiver. Then in here, just hope that the target type is not a static library. And I think that is that. Should actually add um, something in here that would build the libraries first. Actually, replace exe with lib. And for dependencies, it actually created the dependency chain property. Which we should do. Since um, modern build systems allow something to be built first and then wait for that to build the main executable or something like that. So another function, nobita target at depths. It's dependencies. Of course, it should be uh, It should be null terminated as well. So all variadics in here work like that. Since it's a pain to count how many arguments he used on this every single time. After that, well, we already have the dependencies here, and actually create the implementation of add depths. So I'll take this, copy paste, and instead of treating it as a character, then it will treat it as another target. And then what else? Yes, it should actually append arg. And instead of here, I should actually have a branch if it's not an executable. First, well, let's set it if it's an executable, and then the branch else. So we will append that to dep libs, and if it's an executable, we'll append that to dep exes. So it does not matter whether it's a shared or static library, but you'll have to change the compile flags on your own when you use this build system. Then while building executables, well, of course, it's gonna have to use, no, it is gonna have to go through the dependencies first. Of course, with the libraries as the priority. And call build libraries. Oops. And the same with build exe. And while I want to do the same for build library, it would error out since it does not know what is build exe. So we need to declare it. I'll just copy this, change this to that, and make that and in a semicolon. Now instead of using E, you use T. And that is the dependency chain done. Well, I hope that this is gonna be resulting in the correct behavior, but who knows? We're not gonna be checking for a circular dependency yet. You're gonna just have to find that out on your own in the runtime. Nah, I'm just joking. We would actually be doing that in the error correction episode. Not correction, error finding. No, error handling. But let us try this out. Of course, recompile itself for the new features. And then let us try to create a library. So in the test source, well, why don't we create a test library? And in here, just create a simple function. No, not main. Just something that would say hello world from this library. How about that? Printf hello world from test lib. There you go. Now we would need to change the build file to add this as a library, not exe, but a shared library. Of course, we'll create such a shared library. And instead of naming it hello, I guess we can call it test in here, test there, and the uh add test as hello's dependency. So hello would depend on test. Of course, terminated that periodic function with null. Add the necessary flags. Actually, it needs the archiver now. It would complain. Then the archiver create options is RCS, if I remember right. And in test source, it's called testlib.c. Now that I'm thinking about this, there is something wrong here. I just appended the .a extension and not the correct. No, no, it does not have the correct name yet, which is adding the lib prefix, which we will add by increasing this size by 3. Of course, we have to try this out. Build it. Well, did it pretty wrongly. But I should add flags first. To test, which is the dash shared flag. Then I'll actually change this from hello test. Now let us try it out. Did not actually create it correctly, which is weird. Maybe, nope, it's in the correct one. And the libraries are getting built first. Maybe I should add the condition that if the build file, the build executable is newer than the final executables, the target executables and libraries, it should rebuild it. Let's see about that. If the object file is newer, no, it's not newer, or if um if the build file, which is arg0, no, I don't have access to arg0. That is sad. Hmm. Still though, I'm using the wrong one. I'm using the wrong name. And I actually have to free this name. Now, since asan did not proc because it's not in here, should actually add that to the C flags when rebuilding. Have sanitize address. After that, this uh, macro is wrong. It's not actually just one underscore, but two underscores on each side. There you go, it's defined. Now it would use the correct one after this. Hello. There you go. Now added address. Where did it overflow? 327. Okay. Seems like I actually have to copy the pointers. Wait a minute. I'm just copying the address though. Wait a minute. Dep lives. And when it's appending pointers, so it's gonna be a list of pointers. That is weird. That is very weird. Though, what? I'm actually lost. Let's get rid of the other sanitizer. And after that, uh, use Valgrind. Wait a minute. Rebuild yourself with no ASAN and use Valgrind. Okay, I can only guess that in here, I did not initialize the dependencies. The dependency list, you could say. Now there's more of these errors. Not exactly errors, but warnings. But this time we actually know what we're doing. Now where is this? Yep. After that we need to free this. Let's see in here and replace in it with free. We're done. I think. Let's try it again. Now where did this come from? What did I not free? It came from building the libraries. Did I not free name? I did though. I even freed it after. And what else? 443. That is weird. That is weird indeed. But maybe I'll find it in this video. Hopefully. Oh, it does not free it if this stat returns true. So instead of that, we'll just use a goto, call it and it will go to the end. Alright, once more. Are we Valgrind safe? We are. But it did not build the correct lib test though. Which, because it's testing for the wrong thing. And I should actually rename this for better readability. But we won't actually use that struct. Now rebuild it. and it created the test SO. Now, how much time has passed? 30 minutes. I guess we should end it here for now. And we have built a library with, well, with some caveats. But maybe I'll change the way of getting the flag, the dash shared flag for the shared library, since people may forget adding that into the C flags, and I should just add it into the build tool options. I wonder. Maybe it would be more convenient that way if I just add the shared option into the build tool ops. Should add it here. Shared lib opt, which can be null if it's not a shared library. Wait, doesn't want to go to the implementation. Oh well. Shared lib opt. There you go. And then instead of checking if the opt is null via here, assert already does that anyway. There. And then can add another assert if uh if the target type is a shared library, no, this should be inside the if statement. Shared, then you can do the assert where the shared option shall not be null. Not be null if you're building a shared library. There, and do the classic malloc and start copy. But first, I actually need to add that to the target. Shared lib up, and then initialize it here. And the build tool options, which I probably left earlier. But we shall allocate now. plus 1 multiplied by the size of character. And then you can do stir copy. Of course, after asserting that this is not null. Now just buy more RAM. When building libraries, instead of getting the options from Flags, shall add it here. Append, full command, shared lid option. Then that should be freed in here. Actually, we have to change the build file to actually support this new change. Which dash shared can go here and then not there. Now then, build. No, no, no. Why is it not rebuilding the other targets? Did I not specify it? No, I did not, since it do not have access to arc0. I'm losing track. I guess we can actually end it here, building the library. So let's go back to the README. Actually, it's already marked. So that is all. Thank you for sticking with me this far. And in the next video, we will try to have the implementations for directories and hopefully cache directories as well. So you don't have to specify anymore that the object file should be excluded and just this cache directory and the build directory or the prefix directory. Now, goodbye.